This is David Bullock, and over the next few moments, I'll be giving you an overview of the Web Business Assessment, which is the value only offer here on this page. Some people call these website critiques. And this is where we go through your website and really see what's working and what's not working and what can be improved. And we also plug the holes in your process, where you might be losing customers and prospects in your web business process. Now, the goal of all this is that you get the most profits and leads from your website. So let me tell you what this is and what this is not. First of all, this is a customized one-on-one conversation between you and I about your website, but more importantly, it's about how your website integrates into your overall business model. This is not a business in a box. This is not just a checklist. You and I will actually be going over your website together online using a GoToMeeting or some of the video capture software. So you will see what I'm looking at and we'll be going over it together. Bear in mind that I've done hundreds of these over the years in all sorts of sectors. Our clients have sold everything from teacups to t-shirts to software to samurai swords. Some are corporate, some are small business owners, some are just doing lead generation, some are selling things as small as ebooks. Some of the clients are in the e-commerce sector, selling products directly to customers, while others are creating leads first and then moving the prospect into a more advanced sales conversation. We've seen just about every type of business model over the years, and we found that there are just some patterns of success that are just fundamental to every website and the business model that it supports. In fact, I have an 84-point checklist that I use to make sure that nothing, and I mean nothing, is missed when we do your one-on-one session. I mean, I am an engineer, so I use lists and processes to make sure that things actually work. Letting the conversation just go along based on what I see on the page while I'm speaking to you is not what this is, and that's not the way I conduct these web business assessments. This is a structured call. In fact, let me tell you where the checklist came from. I was on staff with an internet marketing university. We started to conduct these website critiques where the client would tell us his URL, and on the fly, we would sit at the front of the room that was filled with people with the client, headsets on, Camtasia running, and we'd walk step by step through their website. Now, what I noticed was there was a few things that were going on with my counterparts. If the person was a PPC expert, they would look at the site in terms of pay-per-click. If the person was a copywriting expert, they would critique the site in terms of copywriting. If social media, then social media. If SEO, then you see where this is going. The people would always look at the website in terms of what they were expert at. And so depending on the specialty of the person doing the critique, they would steer the conversation to where they were strong. But a strange thing would happen every time. Because I was a general business optimization specialist, I was looking at all this as an integrated system. And what would happen is that people in the audience would learn as much from the person sitting there getting the critique around all of these particular areas: pay-per-click, SEO, the website mechanics, navigation, look and feel, all of that. Because see, all these elements have to be synergistically working with each other for the web system to actually work. In the front of the room, we'd be going over one website, and in the back of the room, someone's writing down notes because what we're speaking of in the front would apply to what's happening with that person, with their website. The checklist that I use actually started as a 10-point checklist. But over time, as me not wanting to forget anything, it just kept growing and growing and growing until now it's an 84-point checklist, and it covers just about everything. Like I said, I found out I was a little bit different because I knew about the above areas and how they would integrate into the conversion conversation and give the web owner not only answers about the particular site, but I'd also give them resources, things to look for, other URLs to look at, tools, just anything that would help them to move forward specifically, and most importantly, what to test out next to try to improve the overall website performance. Then came the Taguchi testing and tracking and elemental design part. See, for me, a website breaks down into a million pieces that have to work in synergy to support the results that you're looking to achieve. Now, this level of thinking and segmentation has not been taught and is only available to my clients. And it was taught to me by my mentor, James Kowalik, who was trained by Dr. Taguchi himself. In the 60 to 90 minutes that we have together, we're going to get into a step-by-step mini seminar that will allow you to design, create, and optimize a web system, not just a website, but again, a web business process. So please understand that during this private webinar, you can have your webmaster there or your partners on the line, and I will answer any questions that come up during the call. And the call will be video recorded so that you don't have to worry about taking notes, meaning you can be fully present, asking your questions, and just there, we're going to record everything so nothing will be left. And you will have the checklist and the recording to make sure that you have everything that you need to get your website moving in the right direction. On the actual call, we'll go through the checklist. It amazes me, but this always happens during these one-on-one sessions. There is a part where we talk about the positioning of your website in your market, and more importantly, how you can leverage your website for even greater exposure and positioning. And this is where we really stretch your thinking about your business and what it can really do for you. We review your look and feel, navigation, ease of use, copy, color scheme, call to action, lead generation widgets, and your offer, not to mention the mechanics of the site in terms of SEO and social media presence. I use the same assessment when I'm working with my clients that I do project work for. The assessment is the same one that I've used to launch a now $30 million business for one of my clients in the healthcare sector. And this is the same assessment that we started with to take one company from 50 leads to 1,000 leads a day in the financial services sector. Now, before we go any further, let me tell you who this is not for. Long sales letter sites are not ideal for this service because there's not much going on in a long sales letter site. I mean, it's just long copy. That's about it. People come to the site, they read the letter and they buy or they don't, they opt in or not. This service is created for real businesses, meaning the ones that have a more complicated sales process and have more of a real product or service as the end result of the interaction with the website from the client all the way through the sales process. Now, these assessments have increased sales and profitability upwards of 200% and sometimes more, and it really doesn't entail changing the whole website. It may be just about changing the business positioning, repositioning the website in the process. That's what you get with the Web Business Assessment. It's a one-on-one recorded session with me, and we will go over every aspect of your website using an 84-point checklist that has been developed over the last 5 years. Nothing will be left to chance or some random conversation. You will get all the ideas to implement and test on your website so you can start immediately getting your website to higher profits. This 84-point checklist is really the foundation of this whole thing. So here's how it works. If you look at below the page, you can fill out your information there. All we need is your URL. And then you can click on the buy link. And then we'll call you or contact you to set up an appointment time. That's really it. That's really as easy as it gets. There's nothing else for you to do at that point except show up for your call. We will review your website prior to your call so that you can get the most out of your call in the time that we're together. Please allow for 40 to 60 minutes. Sometimes we go a little bit longer, but it's usually about an hour. And believe me, we will cover a lot in that hour. And after the call, you'll have plenty of time to go and execute. Getting things done. Then we'll upload the recording of your custom mini seminar so that you'll be able to refer back to the conversation and not miss any of the recommendations or ideas that we discuss on the call. Understand that one idea executed elegantly can completely revolutionize your business and maybe even your life. Your business can leverage you to higher planes of existence, so to speak. If you have enough money, cares and stress goes away, that type of thing. Then you'll start the implementation process, and we'll have a 30 to 45 minute follow-up call just to make sure that you're getting things done and moving forward. Follow-up call is very important, as you know, because none of this is valuable if you don't actually do it. So this is a summary of what the Web Business Assessment is and what it can do for you. What you want to do is take the next step to get your own personal one-on-one web business assessment. Take not only your website, but your business to higher profitability. Now, for those of you that are the do-it-yourselfers, that's fine. You can just buy the checklist. It's the naked checklist that I use to guide the call. And it's a result of hundreds of assessments. And it will work for you to just get you started. But please understand the experience of doing these over the years and seeing so many types of sites and business models is the real value. Of course, depending on who it is and who's on the call and what comes up, every one of these assessments is completely different. But again, you are welcome to just buy the checklist and go it on your own. So that's what you will get with the Web Business Assessment. They'll be scheduled on a first come, first served basis. And depending on how busy I get with my other projects, your date might get pushed out. So purchase it now and reserve your spot so we can get moving you forward quickly. So enter your information below, click on the purchase link, and we'll be contacting you soon. Be well. This is Dave Bullock.